Welcome back to the Hopium Den. Let's get high. We are picking up where we left off after getting buried alive in this avalanche. So let's see if we can sneak our way out.
Your latest victory is the talk of the crater. You celebrate your heroics with one toast too many before stumbling back to your bed and falling asleep in a giddy haze. You wake to the sound of battle. The too familiar roar of Orgox morphing from dream to groggy reality. Flames from outside cast an eerie mural on the wall of your longhouse. What happened to the alarm? As your wine-soaked faculties slowly return, you notice the families that share your longhouse are in various states of panic. You've been through raids before, but it was always with a weapon in hand, facing your foe. Inside the longhouse, unarmed and unarmored, you see in these people a kind of helpless terror you hadn't experienced before now. A crash outside snaps you from your reverie. Across the road, a group of Orgox smash a stack of barrels and throw a torch into the pile before turning toward your longhouse. The other residents see them too.
Ooh, what a choice. Alright, so hide with the residents, but the biggest thing is probably the second part, and keep them calm, right? So if I can keep them hidden in the longhouse, maybe I protect some of them, or something good happens, you know, like I get a morale up, versus making a stand in the doorway. You know, the game's not going to kill me, but I'm probably going to go into the next mission wounded or damaged. So, tough one. I guess if it were me, I'd probably make a stand in the doorway, but since we've been on a run making bad decisions, let's see what happens if we hole up and let them come.
You motion for the residents to tuck themselves against a wall. You grab your weapons and watch the door, but it doesn't move. You are able to keep the residents calm, but your strength was missed in pushing back the attack.
Okay, weaken during the next attack. Okay, decent flip. Definitely feel like I did that, but maybe I didn't save. Yeah, I definitely did that, and I chose the other option. I don't remember what the outcome was. Oh well. So, just hitting our outpost phase. We now have some resources. We leveled up here to 2, so let's start with that. Alright, our new card. Attack, and then get a regen on myself, or heal target 3. That's a really nice heal for brittles and stuff, but I think the move and shield is pretty clutch. And I kind of like the shockwave. 2 pure damage is really nice. We're going to try it. I can see the utility of both. Alright, we want to clean up the deck. Okay, reroll pushes aren't bad. Getting rid of a -1's bad. Intensify is always good. Well, at least we're consistent with most of our choices. Alright. I don't know that we need to build anything. Next 2 attacks versus this is only 1. Was it? Yeah, banner. So banner, I took the perk that I don't take that -1 in my deck, so that's pretty clutch right there. And we could throw the crude shield on too, but I probably don't need to. Flippers aren't bad, but we don't... I guess we do a little looting there. I do struggle with movement sometimes, so I think the crude boots are probably worth it on Germinate. Alright, that's enough, and then let's go to the outpost and see what we can build. Interesting, okay. So this is where we can choose what we're donating. Alright, so you can give up all 4 wood and your metal. You're gonna have to give up the 2 hide. You give up a few gold, and the last gold. Okay. Nice, we got the hunting lodge under construction. Oh, interesting. So there's a little delay, because I started the hunting lodge last time. And it didn't work till now, so I just need to keep that in mind, that there's always a 1-turn delay. Yep, let's get a soldier back. The alchemist, no, we leave alone. Let's see. Do the hunting lodge. Oh, we already got that going. I don't know that we can scrape this together. We'll try. Okay. Now, am I going to lose morale on building this? No. Interesting. And it's not costing me any extra morale to keep building. Well, I'm not going to spam it, because this might be a bug. I know most of the time in the game you can only build once per outpost phase. I only built 2 because I really thought I had the mining camp going last time. But to be fair, I don't quite remember. This weekend feels like a long time ago. Let's get to our mission. Alright, what do you think? Can we reclutch the avalanche? Erdonit thinks we can, and even at higher difficulty. I think that sounds rough. I do want to redo it, but I'm also thinking a change of pace sounds pretty good, because that's just a super long mission, and I'm streaming this one after a really late day of work. So let's go see what we can do about some lurkers.
The giant boughs of the willowburn tree hang low, heavy with the tart fruits of the season. This picturesque grotto features an inviting pond fed by a waterfall splashing down a rocky cliff face. At the top of the cliff, you can see a swarm of bees have made a hive. They look fiercely protective. The pond is warm to the touch and looks to be very deep. Fish dart around the edges, but the center of the pond is a mass of dark water that leaves you unable to see the bottom. Just behind the waterfall, you can see a cave of sorts, and hidden beyond the curtain of water would be the perfect protected spot to set camp for the night, away from the life attracted to the willowburn tree.
I feel like I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't here. So this sounds more protected from the water, but not the bees. And if we swim in the lagoon, we're obviously gonna make mad whatever's hiding in the mass of dark water, where we're unable to see the bottom. But we're gonna make bad decisions, so do we care about bees or unknown water creatures?
You take a dip in the warm water of the lagoon and can't recall a better decision. The fish are plentiful and easy to catch, and setting camp by the water's edge gives an idyllic view for the evening, supplemented by the stars peeking through the branches of the willowburn tree.
Nice.
You drift off to a peaceful
maybe we
night's
should have done
sleep
the avalanche,
and awake alert and
clutch.
refreshed.
Alright, Edge of the World. This will be our first encounter with lurkers. The lurker reports at the edge of the biting sea. So I guess one of my only things is that, like, it gives you a 1-sentence summary, but I have no idea actually what the mission is. Like, kill all enemies, survive 10 turns, etc. And so it makes it very interesting to pick these perks, right? Like last time I went aggro offensive perks, and then it was a very long mission. Probably not that. I can not use a potion, that's fine. That's super hard because I don't know the map, but it is doable. Yeah, I'm not doing that for one. Let's just do Straggler. That's fine. And we'll try for Wallflower, but I don't know that it's going to happen.
Following up on Suffer's crab problem, you find yourself standing at the edge of the biting sea. an ice-choked gauntlet whose frigid waters have granted a swift death to many an overconfident mariner. You hike west, hugging the coast while hunting for signs of the enormous crustaceans. Frosthaven is visible in the southern distance, little more than a vague outline. Seeing it, you feel isolated, like someone looking back from the very edge of the world. Another half hour of diligent tracking later, you happen upon your first clue. A pattern of pockmarks.
It was weird how the audio changed there and got so much quieter.
Indents in the snow and dirt where the creatures have scuttled by. You follow the trail to a cave on the western side of the cliff, where you find a clutch of giant crab-like figures chittering restlessly. They're as large as you've heard from stories. Tall, hard-shelled beings with long, craggy limbs. And as soon as you appear, they rise to their full height, some of them larger than an ulgox. They shriek and move quickly toward you, their pincers snapping.
Dang, you wanna know what makes me sad? I didn't equip that level 2 card from Drifter. This is why late night streams are not my thing. Or recordings, I guess I should say. I am much more of a morning person, but that did not bode well for me Sunday when I got my cheeks clapped in the morning by the avalanche and those frost imps. So, let's see if we can rebound here, kill some crabs, and call it a night. Even if we lose, we're down, it's going to say, increase the difficulty. Oh, I love his faith. But it's pretty sweaty. We're already at a point where one bad decision popping a door, cost us the whole mission. I rewatched that piece and we were in a decent spot momentum-wise. We'd burned a little aggressively, but also we had wiped things at a pretty good tempo. I just did not expect the wall of snow and that many things in the last room. But you live and you learn, right? I always say Frosthaven, I gotta respect doors more. Okay, let's see. The thing is, I read the forum about bugs. In perpetual motion, you should be able to change form during your long rest, so that's 1000% a bug. And it makes it just about impossible to get that, because now I would need to burn every single, I'd have to switch forms every single round, which means I'd have to always short rest, because I can't long rest and change forms. And then as you get towards the end and are short resting, if you burn your card that flips you forms, you're just SOL. Alright, so we got Claw Crushers, who are multi-target and shield. Soldiers have Pierce. Claw Crusher Elite Soldier. Alright. Not crazy, and I probably have one turn to set up here. So let's get my damage off. And then I will get this off, because I'm not popping Banner of Hope. And each of your turns, never perform an ability or attack. I might be able to do the big move. Where's my move 4? Not that one. That one got us in trouble last time. That one's on timeout. Ah, must have taken off our other move 4. And I'm not doing a burn turn 1. I guess I could, but it's only an attack 3. So I'm not doing that. Yeah, we're just going to set up the tankiness and the damage. Banner. Let's go late and see if someone walks up. Don't think they're going to walk up that much. But maybe if I used combined effort right late, I could pull off an unbreakable wall. Because I'm not going to call that a bug ever again. And then Germinate. I don't want Germinate's persistent out right now. Don't hate getting an element card out this turn. 3, 4 and 5. So Mind Spike hits both, but isn't worth it. I don't want to do the double setup. I could attack and pull. That's going to guaranteed get it in range. So let me start in range for him. I'll do this for my latest initiative to let it move up. And then I'm going to get screwed initiative-wise. The specific ranges are dicey. I don't know how far they're going to move. Oh, okay. So clicking in on the middle. So move 3, move 3. So I'm just going to go as late as I can in melee. And then maybe I can get a double attack off. And that'll change me to range form, which I'm fine with. But if nothing else, it gives me a movement. And maybe I poison since the one has a shield. Yeah, I don't hate that. Alright, Claw Crushers, moving and attacking. Soldiers, big damage, but they don't have multi-targets. That was a crazy zigzag pattern. This guy's going crazy. Alright, well they spaced out kind of wild on me, but that's okay. We got our heal, we got that out, we got ward out, we're in a really strong position there. Alright, let's see. So I kind of want to get that wound off instead now. So skip the rest of the movement. Let's get the poison off. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So this angle, we would also poison our own guy, which is not what we want. Nice, we got a damage through their shield, and now Banner comes up. I'm thinking for that ice mission that I just failed, the Avalanche, I actually really need to prioritize Banner Spear as my AoE damage dealer. Right? Banner Spear naturally... Oh, that's a terrible roll. Banner Spear naturally has like 3s and 4s attacks, and that's what I need to be hitting the Snowdrifts and things with, because Drifter and Germinate's AoEs are all burns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's at 5. So let's maybe go late. Yeah, let's go late and let him move up. And then see about an attack. I mean, that or I could go early. But I'd have to run all the way to the corner here and then attack him. Alright, maybe I don't plan around Germinate. Let's see what we got here. We don't have wind. Attack 2 range forward advantage, generate sun's pretty solid. So I could regroup bottom. I could regroup bottom. That's a move 3 on Germinate. And here, so I could get Germinate to the corner, so then Germinate could get a double attack off. And then top action, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's still too far, so I just need a melee. Which I probably would do tip of the spear. And then Drifter. 1, 2... I mean, if we do 3, we could get off the pincer attack. That leaves Drifter exposed this turn, but I'm fine with that. So let's go early with Drifter, get him up there, and then hit this guy hard with Fortitude. Then if we can go Banner just after with the regroup and the pincer, that's probably enough to guaranteed kill here. We'll save our Pierce for this guy back here. And then Germinate would be getting 3 movement, so I can set up in position to probably do a double attack. Like this slightly after. And that should flip us forms back to melee when that next one walks up. Alright, this is a solid turn. The Claw Crushers are kind of scary with the leaf out. I don't really want to get wounded and poisoned. And that's a Claw Crusher there. So I guess I could stay back and avoid the damage, but I want to make sure we kill here. Okay, we're skipping because we haven't actually attacked yet, which is a little unfortunate. No, I'm not going to add range to this. Alright, we do want to stay spaced out because he is attacking multiple. So let's do Pincer first, because that then lets Germinate walk through the middle. He's only moving 2, so if Germinate goes here, we're in a good spot. And then we can actually back him up 1 to protect him. Okay. We get an attack 2 off and an attack 3 off. Nope, skipping the pull. Germinate in the tabletop game, I did get the one where I burned every single round. And it is doable, but it's nice to do on short missions. Or missions that you know are short, and I do not know the length of these missions, so it feels really sketchy to full commit to that. Alright, what do we want to do? So I could immobilize, but I think it's probably best... What's my best movement? So 2 with the boots, I just bought 3. So I think this is worth it to go disarm the guy in the back. So we just need a basic movement and then the disarm. And I kind of want to do this early. And then you've got a nice attack. We don't need to heal. So we might be able to move and regain a bonus. And then I think I just bloodlet, because if we kill, which there's a chance we get that attack back, and then let's just go, let's see, you're gonna go disarm, you're maybe killing here, so let's just bring a backup attack, generate wind, and then we can deflecting maneuver next turn, and we're gonna take this. Okay, looking okay so far. Didn't I make those boots? Now I'm second guessing everything. I swore I made the +1 movement boots. That's annoying. Okay, alright. So the Croc Clusher Elite, attack 2, where X is the shield value. Alright, so I don't want to be shielded. I don't want to be shielded, so I'm just going to move up. I mean, I've got this that has a stun. That's really unfortunate. I wonder if you have to, like, confirm to put the boots on. I mean, I got ward, so I guess I'm just going to go risk it. But now Drifter's max movement I picked is 2, so he can't get up and hit him anyway. So I'm just kind of in a bad spot. Oh, I can only choose one of these? I was pretty sure I could choose both. Right? It's not exclusive. Like, interesting. Oh, this might be bugged, because whether I click the left one or the right one, it's giving me the poison. I'm not currently wounded, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, so all that was to just poison me, and... Oh, okay. Okay, so they just proc one at a time. Interesting. I don't actually want the disarm. I'd rather just attack 4 here. Alright, good kill, Germinate. I forgot about his off the bat, staying by a wall. I think I already messed that up. Alright, we gotta get into range 3. Got a little chip through there. Impair, so no items. Impair, so no items. He's finally moving up. Okay. So we're still hanging out by walls. We're doing good. Yep, crushing weight. And we're not going to get this kill anymore because we didn't get that movement and go up and hit that guy hard, but it's fine. It's fine. It's just like we drew it up. Instead, we took damages and in pairs. Like, this is exactly how we drew it up. Alright, so Banner, I have the Wind for the attack 3 at advantage, but I honestly think the Pierce might just be better. Yeah, I think the Pierce is just better. So let's do a big attack with Pierce. Wait, no one else can beat 10. No one else can beat 10. Alright, so let's use the element at advantage. We'll do maybe a cleanup here. And a heal late. That sounds good. And then germinate. Ooh, not great choices. We do need to change forms, or else we're in trouble. That means it's got to be... Maybe we'll get the shield out and do drag down. The other reason I'm going early with Banner is because I want to get Banner's poison off. Banner should have the Poison Blade and the Poison Potion. But I'm impaired, so I can't use either. Touché. Alright, let's drop, just in case we don't kill. Then maybe he's not going to target everyone. Oh, we're getting there. This is not ideal. We did immobilize, so all I gotta do is back up. So all I gotta do is back away. And you're moving up 3. And I don't want anyone taking that. I'm impaired, so I can't heal off the poison, but that's okay. Alright. Just the poison or heal ones. Sure, we'll get that poison off. That's fine. I'd rather just do an attack 2. Let's see if we can flip well, because I already hit the loot, right? Alright, I gotta flip these 2 positions, so how fast can Drifter go? 19. 19. And then can you go just after? No, you cannot. And you can only long rest. But I could hit both. Alright, we're just gonna beat our way through this. Let's see, I don't want to change forms again. They are lined up if I need it. Move 2, heal 2 is pretty good, but unfortunately moving back's my only way to get in range 3, so that's fine if I have to. Alright, Banner, here you go. Let's go, Banner. That's huge. We do a basic move. I am going to hit that double loot. And we do a monster attack. Ooh, close. Yes, crushing weight, we need you. And then germinate, can you clutch this? Move 1 puts me at 3. Okay, I wish I didn't have to move backwards. Of course we roll that for the kill. Oh, we just needed to hit a neutral and we were fine. That's funny. Alright, we go late, we do big movement, and then we set up a rest. We try and finish off this kill, and we need to long rest. Okay. We're still on track for all 3 perks. I keep forgetting the wall one. That's so hard to mentally plan ahead. Alright, basic move, basic attack. We don't want that heal, because I don't want to heal 4 right now. We do have to stay by a wall. I'm glad I just said that out loud, or else I probably would have forgot. And we do a monster attack. Love that. Okay, move 4. We get a loot. And we skip the attack. Banner, we're long resting. What do we want to get rid of? Maybe Incendiary Throw, because it doesn't seem like there's a whole swarm of people on this one. Maybe the Banner of Hope. Yeah, probably the Banner of Hope. I mean, the top attack here is good, but not great. I'd rather be setting up AoE. Alright, we long rest. Drifter, where's your big movement? I'm gonna have to put one of those cards that have a move 4 back in for Drifter. Is this the mission? I go for the Mastery? Maybe. Maybe. Banner, let's see. I think Combined Effort is fine here. Let's get everyone moving up. And then top is wasted. We do not get an extra move 2 at the bottom of this. That's kind of an unfortunate heal. What do we want to get rid of? Probably this. I think that is my best initiative, but I'm not really doing shielded retaliates versus lurkers. And then we haven't burned anything with Germinate. Let's see, my next turn, if I go melee and move up, I can get out the element card. Or I could get out the melee card that lets me do more damage, this one. So I want to stay at an even number for melee. So maybe I get rid of the double attack one. This is where it's really hard to discard because it's all just gray. So trying to mentally separate the range versus the... Where is my double... Oh, it's still here because I didn't use it. Alright, plan B, we're going to get rid of our own heal. If anything, I'll get out the other element card. Alright. Let's see here. Drifter, your best move is this, but I kind of want to keep that. I don't want to use that heal. So I think I'd take one turn and get this out. But then what do I have to retain bonuses? Not much. Just that bottom or if I kill. Interesting. I put myself in a bit of a predicament with those cards. Not that they're bad by any means. I don't need Vital Assault right now. Germinate, we're just moving up. There's nothing to kill. So let's get Horn Beetle out. And then just a big movement. And change forms. 1, 2, 3. Gets me by the door for maybe a big range attack next turn. Banner. Let's take that in our move 4. Okay. And Drifter. We will eventually catch up because we're going to start getting bigger movement. Don't love proccing doors with Germinate because the specific ranges are such a pain in the butt to plan for, let alone have no idea what you're walking into. But we will see. I mean, Banner's there, so it should all be fine, and everyone's full health. I mean, I might be able to get the 4 persistence, but I doubt it. Alright, Drifter, let's plan Drifter's turn first. Actually, I kind of like the move 3, because if Drifter pops the door for Germinate and then pulls it back, if Banner pops the door with Germinate and pulls it back, I might still be able to get an attack off. And then Germinate, depending on where I can position, I'll take a double attack. I think that's probably unlikely that I can pull that off, but I'll try it. Am I brave enough to try an AoE? Maybe. And then if you're moving up 3, you're moving up 2, because you got to stay by a wall, you would still need to move 2 at least. I mean, I'm probably not killing anything off the bat. So I don't hate just kind of going late with maybe this move 2 to keep something up, and then maybe Fortitude. And that is a move 4 if I need it, and we'll go late. Did I really pick the wrong initiative for Germinate? Damn it. Oh well.
Having dispatched the lurkers out front, you make your way inside the tunnel, a dank burrow riddled with pits of frigid water and stretches of black ice. What's worse than the cold, however, is the smell. An intense putridness emanates from deep within the tunnel, equal parts rot and corrupted flesh. What it could be, you'd honestly rather not know.
Well, this wasn't my plan. So let's see, I've got to be in range 3 or 4, and they're moving up 2, 3, just wounding. Okay. But we keep moving in. Let's go. At least we got the attack 8. I'm gonna push him back further. I mean, in a way, it all worked out, right? That was not the plan. If I got a double attack off, I probably killed something. I'm not gonna get off a javelin now, which kind of stinks, but that's alright. I guess I still could have moved up Drifter, but all good. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's keep the crushing weight going. We need our damage. And then we skip our attack. I mean, we're not looking bad, because we got a nice Firefly Swarm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going to have to move up for it. But this is a great turn for the Firefly Swarm. We have big movements here. So if I did this, it would be a move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I've got 3 persistence out, so I don't really think I can double burn here. So I think I go this to finish off something and keep a persistent up. And then I think I go late here to see what moves up. With maybe this combo. We're kind of sacrificing Germinate. Okay, the soldiers hit their wound card again. Not that scary. Well, I could still hit both of these guys, which is still a really nice double attack 5. And then Drifter can probably kill the 3. So I'm going to move up to this side and set up to kill the 1. Actually, Banner probably can't get up there. Yeah, not enough movement. Okay, we go here, because that gets a persistent. And let's keep sustained momentum. And then we do our big attack, and if we kill here, then we keep that going. banner. Sorry, man. Not moving up the allies really killed your kind of whole cycle. And because I got a long rest, we're just in an ugly, ugly spot. It's always interesting. It's really hard, even piloting all three, to min-max 3, right? Like, you can always make some choices and pull off a few miracles, but it is hard to min-max 3. So I'm going to go early in Hornet Stingers this way and see if I can take out both these. That also gets a poison on the Lurker Soldier for us to come just after, hopefully, and get a kill. We're going at 14, so let's take our 19. I would move here for the loot 1, but I'm going to have to stay by this edge. And we got a long rest. I feel like we're in a pretty good spot tempo-wise. Germinate, clearing out this second room. I did double burn on Germinate. In Drifter, I have 3 persistence out. But, I mean, Drifter's in a really good spot for the last room. Because, like, even if I get in a bad position, Drifter can just heal themselves. Okay, good flips on these two. Of course I hit a no ball. Okay, what are they doing? Control all targets of the attack ability in initiative order. I don't know, man. The mine guy is just pretty scary. I know it's a big attack to just hit one guy, but I think I have to. I don't feel like attacking myself. Alright, what are we getting rid of? Probably regroup at this stage. Do we have a different heal? Just in case I need to throw one heal out. No. Okay. Because it would be a heal 4 with regen, so I want to keep one heal. Let's get rid of the Incinerator Grenade. I kept it for the Torchbearer because I really like the idea of getting some wounds off. And they do have 5 health. Maybe I'll get rid of the wall. We'll mix it up. I kind of want to get that summon out this round for fun. Alright, we're in range form. The double traps by the door are super annoying. I don't have any way to push as a team, so someone's just going to have to walk through that trap. We go early and try and get out of there. We might just long rest in their face here. And then for this turn, we could do a Javelin, but it's not enough. We could summon Torchbearer, but they're not going to keep up. I mean, if you went slightly after, you could move up and do a combined effort. So I think we do that. Ooh, I don't like that attack. And it's just before me. Dang. Well, I could make the sacrifice play. I could pull 2. But then I don't have a push. I was trying to figure out how to get him far enough away from the crew to do something. Dude, without those extra movement boots, this is kind of busted. But we gotta do a basic attack, which is not what I wanted. Just nice damage. And then we're still gonna move 3, but we're gonna take this hit. Germinate might be going through that team. Or, sorry, through that trap. Well, all of a sudden the health's looking a little different, eh? Come on. Where's the +1? Alright, anyway, we got wound off. It's all fine. Okay, big heal. And we're going to get rid of... This doesn't really feel like an AoE mission a ton. I want to keep a way to heal myself as well. And that's a nice bottom, but I think this bottom attack, where I move, attack, move, is probably better to keep. So I'm gonna get rid of this. I want the loot. Get rid of the AoE. We'll be alright. We'll figure it out. Alright. What are we doing? We're long rested. That's what we're doing, because we're stuck in that form. Because I couldn't get the range attack off. I was like, why did I plan so poorly? I kind of did, I kind of didn't. To be fair. Alright, what do we want to do? I mean, the double move 3 to get everyone in position is pretty solid. That's pretty solid. And then I could try and kill here. I don't love the deflecting. 2 for 2 feels bad, but I'll try it. Drifter. So if we kill there, I could go in with Drifter. Because it'll be a move 3. 1, 2, 3 into the trap. That's fine, I'll just have to take the poison. I could move to heal the poison off. It'd be a move 4 into here. Kill the coral corpse. So there's got to be some kind of boss in there. So maybe I just proc the door with a double heal. And see what this boss is. So we got regroup, and we took this, and we're going at 25. Okay. Alright, wound everyone at 11. That's super annoying. And of course, he got an extra shield. So now this might not even get through. But he's dead anyway next turn. Oh, so I still technically have movement. I don't think I want to do that. Because if I... Man. It's a tough one, because if I move, I get the heal, and I'd rather be full health. And Germinate. Let's get you set up over here. You do have a pull, so maybe we can pull something through the trap.
The earthen tunnel eventually gives way to a natural cavern where you find a
like
half-rotted humanoid corpse shuffling aimlessly around like a lost drunk. The smell is incredible, burning your eyes and your throat. Looking closer, you see a large pink stone lodged in the creature's right eye socket. Another wave of reeking air overwhelms you, and you retch involuntarily. At this sound, the corpse turns and snarls.
Alright, what is it? What's the corpse doing? So move 2, attack 2 in a huge... So he'd move here, and then he has 2 range from where he is. So 2, 3. Okay. Or if he goes here, 2, 3. So I am safe to move up to here. We're going to skip the rest of my movement. I got the heal. We're going to take the heal on myself. That heal 5's huge. Okay, we do have 1. We have the heal persistent. Out. Alright, we have 3. So we burned 2 ranges and 1 melee. So we're at an even number melee, so we gotta burn 1 more range. And I think it's Hail of... Well, Hail of Thorns is 3 movement now. 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4... How far is my pull card? Pull 2. That hits a trap. Yeah, that's a pretty solid turn. And I just need to move 2. So I am going to get rid of Hail of Thorns. Hope you're kind of following the thought process for Germinate. Alright, let's move up at a good initiative. And then we do our pull into this trap. Yep, should be good. So then it's poisoned. So if we can go slightly after that. Fortitude would be nice. And that's an obstacle, so I could end my turn by an obstacle. And let's do precision aim. Let's keep my big damage up. We have another pull, but it's only a move 1 on it, so it doesn't really work. So I need to get you into the room, which pretty much just means that we're going to waste a turn. Because you moved everyone else up. Alright, so he does have brittle, so I gotta keep that in mind. And he's going at 23, which is not ideal. Oh, my girl's not happy. And then we are changing forms, so let's get into melee range. Pull 2 at range 3, 1. Yeah, not quite. Not quite. It almost worked out. I'm going to save that for a brittle. It makes a lot more sense to heal off a brittle. Alright, Drifter. Let's get a big attack. Oh, he is retaliating. Okay, we got to keep that in mind. Okay. We're immobilized. Yep, we got to keep crushing weight up. Honestly, we got pretty close to the floor without really trying. Ooh, we got to heal off that wound eventually, eh? Well, in a weird way, this is a really good move and loot. Even if nothing else. Eat that. Come on. Get a little power in there. Alright, let's see. We don't have any ice. This is solid at an early initiative. We already got the poison. Can I disarm? Immobilize, disarm, stun. I mean, this is a different symbol. I don't want to do the double attack because of the retaliate. So I'd rather just do real big attacks here. What are you doing, Drifter? Probably that turn. I could even move 6 to the chest and turn around and hit. But that does mean Germinate's focus, so let's do the bottom of this with... Sure. Sure, we'll do that and stay in melee form. It's a burn, but that's fine. And you gotta get your booty up there eventually. Come on, girl. Come on. Eat that up there. No damage. That's alright, we tried, we tried. You did some, you did some. Come on. Okay, 6 is good damage, no complaints there. I do have a move 3. Let's see, your pull is a pull 2, but I'm not in a position yet. Move up here. Are you pushing or pulling? I could go here, because then a push potentially from either direction I can hit a trap. And we're not brittled yet, so I'm not going to do anything there. Oh, I guess I did sacrifice. For some reason my eye said that was range 2, but it was obviously not. Alright, so you are brittled. Another attack 5, that's a great hit. And an attack 3. It's a really nice turn. We're looking phenomenal. Now's the point that I really... Ooh, Spike Collar, interesting. Kinky boy. You know what they say, chains and whips excite him. So Banner has to long rest, unfortunately, for the perk. I'm going to short rest. Let's keep getting XP. And Germinate. Maybe I'll disarm. Do the move and disarm, but it doesn't change me forms. No, I can't. I got a reckless jab. That's my only real way to change forms. And I'm never gonna have sun out. Interesting. Not a great position for Germinate. Something I should keep in mind is banner, the top of the Banner of Hope, does generate me sun for some of these. Like Draining Pincers is phenomenal if you have sun out. 3 AoE at advantage is pretty darn good. I'll have to keep that in mind for the Avalanche. I guess I do have a bottom there to change me forms, so maybe I'll just do a reckless jab and see what happens. Okay. Sounds like a good burn. I'm not going to get off 6 range attacks here. I mean, I guess I could have tried, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it, because we're about to go hard right here. Alright, let's do our burn, and our burn. And we've got our turn there. And this is probably the end. Banner, I would have liked to get out the summon, but I'm just going to wrap this up. I got the chest. We did what we needed to do. We need to stay by a wall. Nice damage. Alright, Germinate. Let's go get that loot now. We never used a potion. We're gonna skip Reckless Jab. And Banner, you long rested, you napped right through the ending. But that was a solid mission. We got all of our perks. So I will take it. Perks are really important early on because they get your deck so much better. Like if I can stop flipping as many -1s or get the -2s out of my deck, like that's gonna be huge when I'm banking on damage to kill a Snowdrift, for example. And we hit the double level up. That's nice. So in hindsight, that was a fairly short mission. 4 enemies, 4 enemies, 1 enemy. I do think that's probably a mission I could cheese for masteries. Campaign event. With a fire roaring in the background, you finish the hunting lodge. It's the perfect location to exchange tales of narrow escapes from polar bears, as well as provide hides in Frosthaven. You encounter all sorts of patrons whose rugged appearance often belie a certain gruff kindness. One of those patrons is a vermling trapper, who sits nearest the fire and away from the crowd, a square hat shadowing his eyes. Sitting beside their wares of lustrous exotic furs, they are currently absorbed in constructing an intricate snare. When you ask them to explain their process, they warm up to you. Much of my time is spent not in action, but in observation. It's a matter of understanding the animals, their habits. If you're truly interested, perhaps I can show you sometime. You readily agree, happy for the company. Nice, we just unlocked someone.
Comes up to you in the street.
Say, you spent some time outside the walls, right? Happen to come across any snow thistle?
He speaks in a low voice, and his hood makes it difficult to make out his face. Before you have a chance to respond, a portly woman rushes up with a broom, smacking the Valrath on the back.
You again? Leave these people alone!
The Valrath scurries off into an alley without another word. The woman turns to you, her hands on her hips.
Valraths and snow thistle, am I right? For most people, it's a garnish or medicinal. For them, well, they can't get enough of the stuff. Addicts.
She mumbles to herself as she heads back into her home. You continue your walk, but hear the Valrath's voice down the alley.
So, Ebony, I've got coin.
Oh boy. Do we want to fuel an addict, or do we want to tell him to get lost? I mean, I think I have Snow Thistle. Yeah, I definitely do, but I also don't want to just start a bunch of addiction in Frosthaven. So I'm actually going to make a good choice.
You offer encouraging words, reminding the Valrath that his pursuits don't need to define who he is. He grumbles as he slinks down the alley.
Look at us making a good choice,
what you said.
trying not to spread addiction. Yeah, he ain't changing. No shot. Alright. Well, new cards are always exciting, and it is way past your boy's bedtime. So, I'm going to start the next mission with the outpost phase, and then we will jump right in, and I think it's game time we tackle that avalanche again. So hey, thanks for tuning in. We are gonna undig ourselves from the avalanche here next episode. Have a good one.